Hey, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching right now. We're here to talk about the Arena Rock Spectacular, which is coming up here very, very soon. It's coming up in the month of April. I'm going to bring in my good friend, Michael O'Brien. Michael.
Hi, Jared. How we doing?
Doing great, doing great. Arena Rock Spectacular, that, of course, coming up here. Obviously, it was rescheduled due to everything that's been going on, but you've got that scheduled now for Saturday, April 17th at the Mason City Arena.
Yeah, I think everybody will be excited to finally get back out of their houses and be able to see some live music and be able to appreciate a little bit of social interaction, even though we're going to have some distancing involved, and experience this phenomenally new arena with two just phenomenal bands that are going to be in that event playing that night.
Absolutely. And speaking of, everything that's going to be going on, we're going to bring in Brian Pauly now. And Brian, obviously, the COVID situation is kind of something that's been on everybody's mind. And there are going to be some different things that you guys are going to be doing for this event. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, we're actually finalizing the COVID plan as we speak. When we do this, we need to bring in the fire marshal. We actually bring in the architect firm that designed the building. So we make sure whatever we do and any barriers that we may or may not put in place doesn't affect any of that stuff. So we're still working the final details of that. But, I can tell you that we've been open since June, late June for hockey. And we were the first arena to be open in the state, and we've continued to be open. And to the best of our knowledge, we have not had any spread that has happened in the arena because of the current mitigation.
Sure, absolutely. And as you know, that as we all find out, things are constantly changing, with the restrictions and different things that are going on. And as it stands right now, how are things going to be executed at the Arena Rock Spectacular?
Right now, masks are required, but we don't know what that's going to be, like I said, in over 2 months from now. So masks are required. Social distancing practices will be in place. But once again, we're finalizing that. It could be where we're going to leave some seats empty. It could be some creative ways we put in some barricades on the floor to actually replicate a pit type atmosphere, but do it safely for people that happen.
Sure. And that's, obviously safety is number one with everything. And obviously you guys have had North Iowa Bulls hockey games successfully there throughout the year. And this will be a great concert too. Plus, one of the great things about the time of year is we won't be dealing with the cold and snow that we're all dealing with now. So we'll be in the mood to have a good time and enjoy a great concert. Brian, is there anything else that you want to add here today?
This is just going to be a great event. I'm really excited that we're going to kick it off with these two wonderful bands. Bands by O'Brien's been a wonderful production crew to work with. So, it's going to look different, but we're still going to, rock the house come April 17th.
Sure, absolutely. Brian Pauly with the Mason City Arena. Thanks, man. Good to see you. It's been a while since we've, seen each other, so.
That's right. Stay warm, Jared.
Awesome. Thanks. That was Brian Pauly, who is joining us here today. And let's talk a little. We're going to get in here now with a little bit about what's going to be happening, the musical performances that are going to be taking place at the Arena Rock Spectacular coming up in April.
It's my
All right, the front man that you just saw in that awesome pump you up, get your blood moving on a cold North Iowa day
Indeed,
Rock-
I cannot wait to do that again. Finally.
Rockin' Scott from the Hype joins us here this afternoon. And Scott, let's talk a little bit about the history of the band of the Hype. Let's talk about the Hype here.
The Hype became out of a concept going back about 2 years ago. Actually, we were all in a different band together, and we decided we wanted to take it a little more of a heavier rock and roll, more punchy direction. I think the bands we selected were apropos to the era. I think as evidenced by the stadium show that Motley Crue and Def Leppard were embarking on last year that never came to fruition, actually, and hopefully it will down the road here. But that gave us some insight and some thought that, hey, let's bring this to the people on a smaller scale, but try to bring that larger concert experience into, say a smaller arena or event center in a locality. So we're just looking forward to bringing the music to the people again.
Sure. And how did you guys all get together?
We've known each other from way back. I've known the bass player for quite some time now. JJ from LA, our drummer, we've known him forever. He actually played in a band called Hurricane Alice with the guitar player Holiday. And we have since hired a keyboard player and rhythm guitar player who's going to be joining us on stage at the arena.
Sure, absolutely. And obviously you've how did you with the rock music, how did you guys get into that genre? Is that just the music that you guys just grew up loving or loved together to perform, or
exactly? We're all products of the 80s, and it was an era that just made people move, and it made people smile, and it made people shake, and it was all about fun and about getting out there and partying and living life to the fullest. Music's about escapism, man, and that's what we're bringing to the people here. Sure.
What's the best piece of advice another musician has given to you when you guys started out? What's some great advice that you received from another musician?
Ooh, I was going deep there. I'd say the best advice I was ever given was do what's in your heart, and if it sounds good to you, it is good. And just do what you love, and you'll never work a day in your life.
Sure. I mean, that's great advice, too, because if you find something that you love to do, as you guys do, I mean, obviously, I can tell that you guys love to perform, and it doesn't look like you get nervous or have any pre-show jitters or anything at all, do you?
Typically, no. It's more of a pre-show excitement. Just can't wait to share that adrenaline rush with the fans. We put it out there. They project it back to us. It's just awesome, man.
Sure. And where have you guys all been? What was one of your favorite places to perform?
Oh gosh, let me just single out a state in this one, and I don't want to sound pandering, but Iowa's got to be our favorite state to play to date. It's just that the people are so receptive to what we have to offer, and we've played numerous. I can't even count them all the cities that we've played in the area, and I love Iowa. I can't wait to get to Mason City, see some friendly faces and some old friends, and just rock the house.
Sure, absolutely. Do you have any show like superstitions or anything that you do at every show as kind of like a good luck charm before you guys perform?
It's funny, actually. I do in my head and in my headphones. Actually, before every show, I listen to the theme song to Top Gun: Danger Zone.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a great one.
Yeah, a little geeky, but
Sure. And I'm going to kind of put you on the spot too. I mean, I know that you guys do a lot of performing all over the country. If you guys could open for any artist at any show right now, who would it be and why?
Wow, is that a loaded question? But you know what? I'm going to have to go with Def Leppard.
That's they are a great band, and to be honest, I mean, you guys sound so much like them, and even the Motley Crue, the stuff that I've heard that you guys have performed, it's like you're getting the complete experience, and it's great that Michael's able to help us bring you guys to Mason City and put on a great show coming up here in April. Michael, is there anything that you want to jump in and say?
Yeah, I think Scott's being a little bit modest here, so I'm going to jump in because obviously he probably doesn't want to mention it, but and I won't mention the band's name. When people see this broadcast, they'll know who I'm talking about. But this young man right here is responsible for probably the biggest crowds I have personally ever seen at the 4th of July events that we do in Clear Lake, Iowa, here in our city park with the band shell. And he draws like a national act would to some of these big arena shows, and he has an extremely strong following from a general population, but especially the ones that lean a little bit more toward the female genre here. So we're looking forward to that draw power to be able to come to the area here in Mason City, because this young man is very well known in our area.
Sure, absolutely. And that concert, of course, which it's coming up in April, which is the date of it is Saturday, April 17th. That's going to be happening at the Mason City Arena. Doors open at 6. Show starts at 7 o'clock. Tickets will go on sale Friday, February 19th at 10 a.m. General admission is $25. If you purchase tickets before the delay of the concert, those tickets will be honored, but there are still tickets available for those of you who've been just kind of waiting, and hopefully you'll go out and purchase tickets, especially after the opportunity to see what these guys can do on stage, what the Hype can do on stage, and to hear a little bit with Scott. And of course, those of you who have already seen them already know what you're in for. A fantastic show coming up at the Mason City Arena. Scott, anything else you want to add here today?
I just want to say to my brethren in Iowa, get those wallets out and get to the show, because it's going to happen this year. Let's do it.
It's going to be a great time. Awesome. Thank you so much. That is Scott from The Hype, who is joining us here this afternoon. And
the number one band in the country. Ladies and gentlemen, The Trip.
Seth from The Trip is joining us here today. Boy, that just pumps you up as well. You guys are looking forward to you guys putting on a great show as part of the Arena Rock Spectacular here too in Mason City. And Seth, of course, with The Trip. And let's talk a little bit about some of your musical influences, Seth. What are some of your musical influences?
Well, as far as the Trip goes, we're called The Trip because we like to say it's a trip through the decades. We play the songs you know and love from the 60s to now, every decade. Classic rock, contemporary rock, dance, stuff people can dance to, you know. So I think we're all rock fans, you know, we're a
Sure.
rock band.
Sure, absolutely. And how did you guys get together, and how long have you guys been performing together?
Well, The Trip has been around for quite a long time. I think about 15 years or so. However, I'm the new guy. I've been with the band about 5 years. They were a 4-piece band for many years, and then they added me as the front man. They wanted somebody who wasn't necessarily holding an instrument all the time, who could tackle the lead vocals. So The Trip has a relatively long history, but a relatively short history with me.
Sure. And what's one of your favorite songs to perform when you guys get on stage and you're rocking and rolling? What's one of your favorites?
Well, I think we all have our personal favorites, but I think for us as a band, you know, the most exciting moments for us are when the audience is the happiest and when the audience is the most excited. So we always try to please the crowd. You know, we play a lot of classic rock tunes. We love playing Beatles, AC/DC, Journey, Led Zeppelin, Aerosmith. That's probably my favorite one to sing is the Dream On, which we just heard in the video.
Sure.
I enjoy
Sure.
singing those high notes.
Yeah,
fun.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's awesome. By the way, I don't think I could ever get my voice that high ever in my entire life. So that's pretty awesome. And that's one of my favorites too, is, Aerosmith. They're one of the outstanding bands. And what is one message that you would like to give to your fans?
The fans in Iowa in particular?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Can't wait to see you. We are thrilled to be traveling back to Iowa in April, not only because we haven't played a gig in a long time, thank you, COVID, but because we just enjoy the hell out of the Iowa crowds. And it's always a fun trip for us to, no pun intended, trip. I didn't even mean to do that, sorry.
It's creative though. That's awesome.
Little joke. But no, we can't wait to see everybody. We're just really looking forward to it.
Absolutely, and it's going to be a great show. Arena Rock Spectacular happening at the Mason City Arena. That coming up on Saturday, April 17th. Doors will open at 6 p.m. and the show starts at 7 o'clock for the Arena Rock Spectacular, which will be here before we know it, and hopefully we'll have some beautiful weather, and we'll all be able to head out and enjoy a great concert. I know we've all kind of had some cabin fever here, especially over the last year, and to be able to be out and then see some great live music with both the bands that are going to be performing is going to be exciting. Isn't that right, Michael?
Absolutely. I think the quality of both these bands, for what people pay for a ticket for this, and to be able to experience in that new arena with all the facility advantages that we have and the talent level that we've got both these bands, it's going to be a very special night.
Yeah, absolutely. And make sure you get those tickets. And Seth, who's inspired you, musically? Who are some of your musical influences?
Well, for me personally, the Beatles have always been the biggest influence, and I know a lot of musicians feel that way, but I never hesitate to say that because they're my favorite, and that band just has so much to offer to a fan. The Beatles have, if there was any one band I could say that made me want to be a musician, it was the Beatles. But I think all of the guys in the trip feel that way. Of course, we're all big Led Zeppelin fans too, and there's a lot of more contemporary stuff that we enjoy too that helps keep our repertoire fresh. We like to do some of the the more contemporary rock and pop tunes too, because people like to hear the new stuff. So contrary to popular belief, I think there's a lot of quality contemporary rock music too. We don't hear as much of it as we used to, but
yeah.
Short answer, the Beatles for me.
Sure, absolutely. And I'm going to throw this up there. Saturday, April 17th, at the Mason City Arena. Doors open at 6 p.m. Show starts at 7 o'clock for the Arena Rock Spectacular. Here we're talking with Seth with The Trip. Of course, going to be performing, one of the bands that's going to be performing at the Mason City Arena coming up on Saturday, April 17th. Seth, is there anything else that you'd like to add here today?
Can't wait to be in Iowa in April, and Michael O'Brien, it's nice to see your face. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a long time, buddy.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good one. I mean, it's going to be a great night. Make sure you get those tickets and join us for a great concert. Seth, thanks so much for joining us here today.
My pleasure.
Awesome. Michael, is there anything else that you want to add here today that maybe we haven't touched on?
No, I think probably the main thing that I'd like people to understand is that, I've spent a lot of time over the last couple of years. I guess my genre as I formed Bands by O'Brien was to bring top shelf entertainment, exceptional entertainment from around the country that I do a lot of research on YouTube and actually bring them to our market here so that people can experience unique and new and huge talent that we can put on at a very affordable price. And I think that's just kind of a very successful model, I think, that we'll be able to do for bringing entertainment to this market. Absolutely.
Looking forward to it. Arena Rock Spectacular, that is coming up on Saturday, April 17th. Mason City Arena doors open at 6. Show starts at 7. General admission tickets $25. Those tickets will go on sale again coming up on Friday, February 19th at 10 a.m. Michael, always good to see you, my friend.
Thanks, Jared. It's been a while, but yeah, it's good to see your face again.